Okay, this is Global Outsourcing, and I am Kelly Bredesen. And first of all, we're going to define global outsourcing. It's when you're allocating specific parts of your business out to a place that can do it better, a place that can do it cheaper. If you're making a widget and the widget needs to have some sort of additional widget put onto it, you might outsource that product to another country that has access to the ability and the equipment to do that better than you can. Organizations cannot handle all the aspects of their business process internally. This is where outsourcing will come in, where you can have a specific part of your business done by an entity that specializes in that business. Some of these processes are temporary, and the organization does not intend to hire in-house professionals to perform the task. Maybe you have a yearly order, and from March until April, you need to have 10 million widgets created. That you might outsource part of that to another business so you can fill the order. There's a lot of benefits to the organization, but if you don't really understand, who you're outsourcing to, it can run into many difficulties. So there are a lot of organizations out there that are outsourcing. A lot of companies have specific strategic partnerships with companies who they outsource with exclusively. What type of functions and what type of business are being outsourced? A lot of web design, a lot of web maintenance. If I have a problem with my computer, I have a gentleman from across the world who will actually respond to me. It's cheaper, and a lot of the web design and maintenance functions are outsourced. A lot of time recruitment, just have a company that streamlines and specializes in recruitment. A lot of manufacturing is outsourced. If you have a specific plant that is set up for die casting, for example, that specific function of your business would be outsourced. A lot of logistics, a lot of shipping, a lot of specialized receiving and shipping will be outsourced. A lot of legal, as we're all familiar, a lot of customer and technical support tends to be outsourced, along with a lot of IT functions for information technology. A lot of good things about outsourcing. You hear a lot of bad things, but focusing on the good is a reduced cost. If I can outsource a part of my business to a company that specializes in parts A to B, that's going to save me money in the end. That's why I would be a proponent of outsourcing. Expertise. Let's say that there is a company across seas that specializes in doing a certain thing well, and it might make sense for me to outsource to that company so they can do whatever their function is better than anyone else. Strategic alliance with another company, you are going to be sharing the risk. If I have a project that me and you are going to do for my client, we both better do it well so we can get paid. Focusing on a single process. If I'm a business that's doing everything from creating it to shipping it, why not have a company who can just focus on building the project or just specialize in one function of the business process? There are a lot of cons. There are a lot of disadvantages to global outsourcing. The company that you've chosen to outsource with might not know your customer. Maybe your customer likes things done a certain way. You better hope that the company you're outsourcing understands that. It can be costly if you have an international contract set up with someone in Germany and you don't know how things work in Germany. You can run into some trouble and additional costs on the back end that you weren't aware of initially. If you're outsourcing part of your company, and you trust that company to ship batches to your customer, you're not going to be sure if the shipping is done timely because you're not going to have control of that part. And of course, if you do outsource, you're going to be having some of your intellectual property, maybe some secrets, maybe some stuff about your company will be known to whoever you're outsourcing with. And politically, there is a lot of a lot of negativity about global outsourcing, specifically in exploiting cheap labor, as we did talk about in our seminar. And here are the references for the works that I did cite.